Imagine a world without cities, a world where the horizon stretches endlessly, unbroken by skyscrapers or bustling streets. Picture a planet of scattered villages and nomadic tribes where communities were small, isolated, and constantly on the move in search of sustenance. This was our Earth thousands of years ago, before the rise of the first cities. The dawn of civilization was marked by the emergence of these early urban centers. These early urban centers, from Mesopotamia to the Indus Valley, may seem distant and different. Yet they were the cradles of human innovation and societal development. Yet they hold the key to understanding our modern urban lives. The remnants of these ancient cities reveal the ingenuity and adaptability of our ancestors. In these ancient cities, we discover the roots of urban planning, government, specialized labor, trade, and culture. They were the laboratories of human progress. They were the seeds from which our modern metropolises grew. The principles and structures established in these early cities have evolved but remain fundamentally the same. The invention of agriculture was a turning point in human history. It was the catalyst that allowed humans to transition from nomadic lifestyles to settled communities. It allowed people to settle in one place and cultivate crops. This stability led to the growth of permanent settlements and the eventual rise of cities. As farming techniques improved, people produced surplus food. This surplus was crucial as it meant not everyone needed to be involved in food production. This surplus freed some individuals from farming and allowed them to specialize in other skills. Artisans, traders, and administrators emerged, each contributing to the complexity of urban life. With more people living in close proximity and new skills emerging, the first cities began to take shape. These cities were centers of innovation, culture, and governance. These ancient urban centers, though vastly different from modern cities in scale and complexity, laid the groundwork for the urban environments we inhabit today. They were the blueprints for the cities of the future, teaching us about resilience, adaptation, and the human spirit's drive to build and create. The ruins of ancient cities reveal more than just crumbling walls and buried artifacts. They are windows into the past, offering us a glimpse into the lives, cultures, and innovations of our ancestors. They offer a glimpse into the earliest attempts at urban planning, showcasing the ingenuity and foresight of early civilizations. Take, for example, the Indus Valley civilization. This ancient society, which flourished around 2500 BCE, was remarkable for its advanced urban planning. Cities like Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, dating back to 3000 BCE, showcase a sophisticated understanding of urban design. These cities were meticulously planned with a grid-like pattern, which was revolutionary for its time. Their grid-like street layouts, standardized building sizes, and complex drainage systems point to a well-thought-out plan. The drainage systems in particular were highly advanced, with covered drains running along the main streets and smaller drains connecting to individual houses. This emphasis on order and organization wasn't unique to the Indus Valley. Other ancient civilizations also demonstrated remarkable urban planning skills. Ancient Egyptian cities, while often constrained by the Nile River's course, also exhibited planned layouts. The Egyptians were masters of aligning their cities with celestial bodies, ensuring that their urban spaces were in harmony with their religious beliefs. Temples, palaces, and residential areas were often arranged according to religious beliefs or social hierarchies. This meticulous planning ensured that the cities were not only functional but also spiritually significant. The Romans, known for their engineering prowess, took urban planning to new heights. Their cities were marvels of engineering, with infrastructure that supported large populations and facilitated trade and communication. Their cities boasted paved roads, aqueducts, public baths, and amphitheaters, all carefully integrated into the urban fabric. The Roman roads in particular were a feat of engineering, connecting cities across the vast Roman Empire and facilitating the movement of armies, goods, and people. These examples highlight the ingenuity of early civilizations in designing functional and, at times, awe-inspiring urban spaces. From the grid-like streets of the Indus Valley to the celestial alignments of Egyptian cities and the engineering marvels of Rome, ancient urban planning was a testament to human creativity and foresight. These early planners laid the foundations for the cities we live in today, and their legacy continues to inspire modern urban design. The rise of cities necessitated new forms of governance. As populations swelled and urban life became more complex, the need for centralized leadership emerged. In many ancient cities, this power resided in the hands of kings, priests, or a ruling elite. These rulers were responsible for maintaining order, resolving disputes, and defending the city from external threats. Centralized governance in ancient cities laid the groundwork for the political structures we see in modern nations. The concept of a central authority responsible for the well-being of its citizens has its roots in these early urban centers. From the law codes of Hammurabi in Babylon to the Athenian democracy, ancient cities experimented with different forms of government. These early experiments in governance, though often stratified and unequal by today's standards, represent the beginnings of organized political systems. From farmers to artisans, labor specialization. As cities grew, so did the need for specialized labor. No longer could everyone be a farmer. Cities required skilled artisans, merchants, priests, scribes, and soldiers. This division of labor led to increased efficiency and the development of new technologies. Pottery, weaving, metallurgy, and other crafts flourished in urban centers. This specialization of labor, a defining feature of ancient cities, remains a cornerstone of modern economies. The diversity of professions in today's cities, from software engineers to surgeons, has its roots in the division of labor that emerged in ancient urban centers. As cities became centers of production and innovation, they attracted skilled workers from surrounding rural areas. This influx of people further stimulated economic growth and cultural exchange. Marketplaces and trade routes, the rise of commerce. Ancient cities were not self-sufficient. They relied on trade to obtain resources they couldn't produce themselves. This led to the development of marketplaces, where goods from near and far were exchanged. Cities located along rivers or natural trade routes like Constantinople grew into bustling commercial hubs. These early trade networks laid the foundation for the interconnected global economy we know today. The exchange of goods and ideas that characterized ancient cities continues to shape our world, albeit on a much larger scale. The concept of currency, standardized weights and measures, and contractual agreements emerged to facilitate trade in these ancient urban centers. These innovations further fueled economic growth and fostered connections between distant cultures. Temples, theaters, and the birth of culture. These are the cornerstones of human civilization, the places where our ancestors gathered to worship, to perform, and to learn. They are the bedrock upon which modern society is built. Ancient cities were more than just centers of commerce and governance. They were vibrant hubs of cultural exchange, where ideas flowed as freely as goods and services. The marketplaces were not just for trading wares but also for exchanging stories, philosophies, and innovations. They were also crucibles of culture and intellectual life. In these bustling urban centers, people from diverse backgrounds came together, bringing with them their unique traditions and knowledge. This melting pot of cultures created a fertile ground for artistic and intellectual pursuits. Temples, theaters, libraries, and schools became focal points for religious practice, artistic expression, and the sharing of knowledge. These institutions were the heart and soul of ancient cities, providing spaces for people to connect with the divine, to be entertained, and to educate themselves and others. Think of the Great Library of Alexandria, a repository of ancient knowledge where scholars from all over the world came to study and share their wisdom. This library was not just a building filled with scrolls, it was a symbol of the human quest for understanding and enlightenment. Or the theaters of Greece, where drama and philosophy flourished. These theaters were more than just places of entertainment. They were arenas for exploring the human condition, for questioning the nature of existence, and for debating the moral and ethical issues of the day. These cultural institutions played a crucial role in shaping the identities and values of urban dwellers. They provided a sense of community and belonging, a place where people could come together to celebrate their shared heritage and to explore new ideas. The legacy of these ancient cultural centers is visible in the museums, theaters, and universities that grace modern cities. These modern institutions continue the tradition of fostering artistic expression, intellectual growth, and spiritual exploration. They stand as a testament to the enduring human need for artistic expression, intellectual stimulation, and spiritual connection. In these spaces we find echoes of the past and glimpses of the future as we continue to seek meaning and understanding in our lives. The concentration of people from diverse backgrounds in cities fostered the exchange of ideas. This diversity was a catalyst for innovation, as different perspectives and experiences came together to create new ways of thinking and doing, leading to advancements in art, literature, philosophy, and scientific thought. The vibrant cultural life of ancient cities laid the groundwork for the rich tapestry of human achievement that we see today. From the ancient amphitheaters to the modern laboratories, the spirit of inquiry and creativity continues to drive us forward,